turn, drop, lift, turn, drop. That way you're not doing one spot. There's the valve seat. See the shiny spot just above the lapping compound? That means we're pretty good. Wipe it off, and now you can see how wide the seat is. You can see how I got a little extra space just above the valve, but it's pretty far out. You can also see how my back cut angles underneath the seat, which makes it flow really nice. Plus these are kibble whites, they have good flow ahead to them anyway. Stock valves are real chunky in here, they don't work very well. So it looks like I got the nice straight job right on the first shot. For high performance or racing, you stick it further out toward the edge. Racing, you're right on the edge. Street, you go a little bit further in each way, depending on how many miles you want to live for, or how much power they want. Okay, so that is going to work. So I'm going to come back and recut the whole seat so I can hear it cutting all the way around. That way I'll know. So it looks like the low spot is basically where I already have it. Probably back here where I can't see, right in this area. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and cut that again. This time I'm going to do 100% all the way around. Right now, if you run it like this, you'd have a big leak. Good one to cut. Every time I drop, I recenter. Hopefully it'll repeat. If it does, you'll hear it. If it doesn't, you'll hear that too. So I just started cutting all the way around. Go just a little bit deeper. Alright, so now you can see the angles. Still, you only got the two angles here. Over here you got all that. You can see how that cleaned over here. So it looks pretty good. So I did not do anything other than that, so I'm not sure exactly where we're at. Now the inner throat on this is plenty big enough, so I'm not going to cut any more. Otherwise I can come back with a pocket cutter. One of these. So when you cut down in there, it's a pocket cutter. When you cut the valve seat, it's a valve seat cutter. Yeah, two different names, same thing. Those are all adjustable. I also can take this cutter here, and I can come in there and cut down all inside the bowl down in there too if I want. Not this one though. That one's not really shortened up. What happened to my short one? There's my short one over here. This one's been shortened up more. So you shorten them up over here, but that's still not the one we're supposed to use. Went out to my other one. I got one of these. Oh, that's right, I modified it. I changed it. I made another one. Yeah. Buried someplace. I was doing a flathead motor, I had to modify it. I forgot about that. I had to sacrifice a $200 cutter. Oh well. Life in the big city. Oh, we didn't do a top cut. No, top cut is how we do this one. This is my top cutter, so let's come over here and set it too. This isn't going to do anything, that's why it's a waste of time even doing this, but I'll go ahead and adjust this for up on the pointer also. This is my own special cutter I had made up. So if you go to Sun and order one up, it's under Tatro X1. They say they're never going to get rid of the profiles. I don't believe them. I think they will get rid of it because they already discontinued this machine. They discontinued all this stuff, so that means they won't be making these anymore. So I better order up a couple of them real quick before they don't make them anymore. So what I do is I put the pointer right here on the, not quite right on the edge, but close to it, and that'll be my clearance top cut. So we get a another bounce spring. Stick it in there. Go down here and you see if it's going to hit anything. And this is not going to hit anything, which tells me the seat is very, very high in the air, because normally these things cut a lot. So see how far away from the head I'm at right now? Normally they're going to be cutting into the head. So this valve seat's way, way high, which is probably going to be a problem putting install height. We'll have to figure that out later. It's not going to cut the head because the seat's too high. So we'll see. We got stock cams, so we can tolerate very high valves. Very high valves will run really nice because the valve's way up inside the port in the chamber, so it flows good. But you have very, very limited lift. So stock cams are right around 400 lift, or take 5 or 10. So it'll be really hard to clear anything. These are going to be tight. Alright, so that's that one. I'm going to slip over and do this one. Do the same thing. Cutter's already set. Not that one. This one. Oh, mixed up, see? Okay, so I'm going to go over here and do the same thing. Let's blow this up a little bit, you can see better. So we're going to see if this one's going to be off the same amount or not. They're always off a little bit. Pretty damn close. Okay, almost done. Recenter. Okay. Grab our cutter here. Yep, have the same problem. So it's not going to hit on anything. Alright. So there's the cut we just did here. So what I don't like is, oops, going up too far. When the air is coming down, you got this edge you're catching. It looks like there's an edge right there. I'm not sure why it's doing that. The cutter's above the top of the seat, but oh well. Except this one here, there's an edge right there. It should take it off. See, so even though it's not cutting the chamber, it's going to make the seat a little better. So we can go ahead and use it, cut it anyway. Hopefully it doesn't cut the seat away. So I'm going to mark it so I can know where it's cutting. There's a sharp edge in there I don't like. So the valve seat is underneath the red. The top cut is the red. And you can see there's a sharp edge there. I don't like that sharp edge. So my cutter should take the sharp edge down and get rid of it. And not cut the other surface. cut some of it off, but it's starting to cut further in. So if I move the cutter out just a tick further, it should stop that problem. So I'm going to go up here and see where my setup, see where I had it set. It's been too far out. Yep. Didn't have it quite in the right spot. Damn thing doesn't want to slide. Trying to slide, it won't slide. Makes it hard to set the cutter when it won't slide. Very bulky. Doesn't want to move. Trying to move it a few thou and it won't move at all. Then all of a sudden it moves a lot. That's that on the edge. It also looks like there's a chip. No, not quite. I gotta move it some more. I didn't move it enough. So if you look where I got it, right on the edge down there. See how it goes on the edge there? Sets the cutter. So for some reason it's like this being real bulky. Didn't want to slide. So that's about where I had it before. So I'm going to move it up a little further. Get a good view of my elbow there, huh? Yep. Okay. So now recut it. Over here. So you can see where it cut. Cut the top spot we wanted to, but you can also see it's the bottom part of the red is just catching right on the edge there. So it's going to start cutting the seat away a little bit, which I did not want it to do. But we did cut away some of that edge that we don't like. So I'm going to come back and cut it again. And this time it should cut everything away. I'm going to remark it though so I know. That's not the right one. Dumbass. Okay. So it could be 5 thou, it could be this one being good and screwed up. Right there. That got it right on the money. Okay, so now when you look at it, you can see how that sharp edge that was there is gone. And it cut down, the top angle is half gone too. So I could have stopped when I just barely started whisking in it, or I went down another 2 or 3 thou to make it a clean all the way around. So now that edge when it comes down this way is not there. You can see it over here, and this one here a little bit maybe. So we're going to do the same thing on this port here. Knock off our edges slightly. Those little edges make a big difference. The closer you are to the valve seat, the more important it is. And we're obviously right on the valve seat, so it's very important. Angle changes make a big difference. Like I said, diameters, locations, all this stuff makes big differences. A little lip here and there. Doesn't seem like it's all very important, but it is. Now, lip out here on the exhaust port means nothing way out here because you get the whole port to flow through. On the valve seat, you want to flow right along that edge. So if there's any ripple in there, cause a lot of problems. Okay. So you can see where I cut it away again, right there. The shiny part on top's where I just cut. So normally I'm cutting the combustion chamber away too, but these seats are so far up, you know, that they're way up high, we're not cutting the chamber out. But we are cutting sharp edges off. Same result. Oops, don't bang that into underneath there. It's hard on the cutter. Okay, so that's it for the exhaust port, maybe. We're going to go ahead and pull these out, clean them. I'm going to lap them, see what we get. Then we know for sure we have. Chips off these parts, tools. Always wipe your stuff down after you're done with it. So we have a rag down here, see? Make sure everything's nice and clean. Any air on that pilot will knock your seat off, which will be a problem. That was a quiet vacuum. Okay, so some lapping compound here. This is our front valve. This is our rear valve. Even though it's already marked, we're still going to relap the seat. Cutters always leave high spots, and the lapping compound will knock down a high spot. So even though it's already marked, we want to knock off the high spot. But we don't use much, very, very little. And this is a medium fine. It's either 180 or 220 grit, I forget which one it is. Can't read it. It's not super fine, I know that. It's just fine. When you hear the lapping compound all done, you're done. If you keep lapping, what it does, it takes your valve and puts a nice low spot in it, which is not good. So overlapping is bad too. So a lot of stuff you do is by hearing sound. Makes a big difference. Okay, there's that one. That way we can see it. So conservative for me. I'm pretty far off the edge for where I normally want it. This is just a nice street bike, nothing fancy. Except for we just poured in on it. Stock cams though. It's a nice restored bike. So no hot rod. Even though they run a lot better than stock ever did. Okay, so you wipe it out with the dirty rag and then come on the clean rag. And you got to come into the eyeball it. Make sure you got a nice gray edge all the way around. That tells you you're seating all the way around. So you want to see that mark all the way around. No flat spots, no divots. So that looks good. Alright, so that's how you do the exhaust. Now you do everything else. Reverse everything. Do the intake. So we'll be back for that.